Mr. Bones, I'm making it clear, say, a TGMA listener about for Artist of the Year na Sarkodie encounter. I'm a chitty a Sarko. I mean, see how Mr. Bones and I will tea a story bar near breaking in our down. I don't know what channel.
My disappointment was one, Sarkodie mixing out in the Artist of the Year category this year, because I believe that every other metrics that people would love to use in measuring an artist in the year under review, Sarkodie takes it.
Right, the shame or flip side, and welcome back to a Sarkodie YouTube channel. And currently, what's a air trend? So we'll say a TGMA air trendy, Sarkodie air trendy, and a NYDJ and Mr. Bones a discussion about air nominations now about Montino. And what's a air nominations now? Air for the first time, Sarkodie me MP or Artist of the Year. Now, more for every air consensus on there be a much air Sarkodie. So, what's a air category now? Or category list na Sarkodie FT in pa. Now ko TGMA on website na like on website a category a FT artist say with me appear on a artist of the year category no. Say and I'm sure say artist of the year is the artist judged by the academy, board and general public as the artist with the highest audience appeal and popularity in the year under review. The artist must have released a hit single, EP, or album, and must be one of the artists with the highest nomination in the year under review. Now, what key sa category like sa criteria rena Sarkodie etiki inina or be the drop a hit single, Amen a hit, Brad a hit, you bob, and or be the drop a EP, the championship EP. One tracker, a ma EP ni blue a Brad. Black track no so 102 controversy between Ghana and Nigeria in hip hop fraternity. That means Sarkodie FT in popularity and as audience appeal. Sarkodie then FT in that black track no Sarkodie audience appeal and popularity. Now me see how I Mr. Bones breaking in down, but when forget separate clip we are like a subscriber turn on notification bell. And I might instead of drop pay Sarkodie content biana in Kenya. But if I clip if we AYFM Kumasi on my YouTube channel, make sure how Mr. Bones a breaking in down a bar, the answer breaking the answer down, and I'm watching our
And when I saw the nominees rolling out and all that, I had some few observations. There are some songs that I wanted to see in some categories. There are some artists that I wanted to see in some categories, and I realized that okay, maybe they would open that window.
The errors and omission window.
The errors and omission window, so that people can file or people can draw their attention to these things and they will make amends because it's only right for them to listen. Sometimes there's an oversight. Sometimes the people who were who you want them to be there also didn't do the needful. So all these things are supposed to be taken into consideration. So to me, my disappointment was one, Sarkodie mixing out in the Artist of the Year category this year, because I believe that every other metrics that people would love to use in measuring an artist in the year under review, Sarkodie takes it. And aside that, I know per the definition of who the Artist of the Year is the Artist of the Year is judged by the academy, the board, and the general public as the artist with the highest audience appeal and popularity in the year under review. And the artist must have released a hit single, an EP, or an album, and must be one of the artists with the highest nomination in the year under review. So I was just trying to compute some of the information in there, how many nominations this artist had, how many nominations this artist had, and I realized that last year, for instance, Nasi was in the Artist of the Year conversation, though he didn't have enough nominations as compared to Amarado, and there was another. So it brings to mind a whole lot of other things that, I mean, the Artist of the Year.
You mean in the Artist of the Year category for last year? Nasi was in that category, but didn't have enough nominations as compared
to Amarado,
who was not nominated in that category.
Yes. So it means that probably we need to look at it. It's not only limited to the last part that defines the category definition. The last part must
the last
be one.
part says that and must be one of the artists with the highest nominations in the year under category, the year under review.
Yes.
Now that is emphatic.
Yes.
Per that statement, it is emphatic that artist, to be qualified for the artist of the year, you must be one of the artists with the highest nominations in the year under review.
So the highest in which order? Because if you have 3, it may be highest. If you have 4, it may be highest. Because if it's about highest nominations, then we need to revisit the artist of the year, the artist who actually made it for last year. Because Nasi had only 3 nominations.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's something we should have raised last year.
We raised it.
Once we didn't.
We raised it here on your platform.
Then that should have been submitted to the Errors and Omissions Committee.
Maybe they just needed a representation from the space to that side, and that is it. So
that was a policy concern, more like
sure.
Okay,
sure. So now you see, with the artists, I have always had issues with who become the artist of the year.
And what is the issue?
Yes, my issue has to do with now. If you say a hit single, EP or an album, which one are you placing a premium on? Because Ghana Music Awards, the definition of the artist of the year from the inception of Ghana Music Awards, the definition was tight. At that time, you should have an album. It's not about singles. If you want to be in the artist of the year conversation, you must have an album. And I believe that, we want to make it easy for artists to make that cut. I believe if you want to make the artist of the year, because back then the most popular of the year was the Ish.
Of course, until they changed the artist of the year
to the artist of the year. So it means that now the artist of the year conversations, if you want to make a statement for an artist or to make it difficult for an artist to be there, then to me, I am just suggesting that we should make it an artist with an album.
So you mean that for one to now qualify, that's a suggestion you are making.
Yes.
For one to now qualify for the artist of the year category, there must be that strict measurements that you must have released.
That was how it was until they reviewed it to make it easier for a lot of people to be there. So now somebody can have a hit single and be in competition with somebody who has an album.
But if you have a hit single and it's big, it qualifies for a number of nominations. You are part of the highest nominated artists in the year. Then why should that prevent you from being in that category?
Right, me sure say more na any Mr. Bones be again. Ohwe breakdown na Mr. Bones breaking down na. That's how to compare criteria na TGMA for the buy na. Sarkodie taking and last year na see artist of the year. But no nominations na dey form. But nim the intia almost sabotage Sarkodie say Charlie almost Sarkodie in artist of the year. And any artist of the year crown enko album or EP of the year. Sarkodie also Sarkodie team rem. We say obedi drop the championship EP. I fit in. Jack, I fit in. And the popular song of the year. And now we say amen. It's wearing a team rem. But we ignore Sarkodie. And Sarkodie will be on Barbon team M20. We say what J on most awarded Ghana Music Awards no. Most awarded artist. Obedi Jia until obedi Bontin above to the fans Charlie venti or kanya adwen acho so na we say Sarkodie dey etim ewura artist of the year like we say the championship mistake yes etim rem EP or album of the year like we say amen yes etim rem popular song of the year Jack TSC and Mr. Bones and our fans live clear and say na omachiti Sarkodie in TSC and tie the full credit na Ebma YFM on a far video we free na make am say elevate for the sponsor or person monetize on YouTube channel or boost to watch hours likes views or meet my sort out also Open a monetize YouTube account at all, or meet my sort out to move it in L form. Or open so boost to followers, likes, views our TikTok, IG, Facebook, all social media platform, or meet my sort out to move it in L form. Or person who create a UK or US TikTok account, not to monetize it, or account, not to make cash out from TikToker, or meet my create brand new one, and I'm not to make cash out. Or your artist. Wopɛ sɛ cash out ɛwɔ streams anaasɛ wopɛ sɛ boost views ɛwɔ YouTube na wotumi cash out or streams na wotumi cash out ɛwɔ Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, Shazam, Audiomack baabiara boomplay baabiara na ɔmɛtumi asort out ɔmo rate na ɛden ɛwɔ fam yie paa. Also ɛyɛ Falcon data for ne sponsor wopɛ affordable data atɔ a rate ne ɛwɔ fam ɛyɛ MTN na ɛtɛtu go a ɔmɛtumi asort out ɔmo rate na ɛden ɛwɔ fam yie paa. Or wopɛ sɛ promote nneɛma o track o business ɛwɔ yɛ channel hanom wopɛ sɛ wo promote nneɛma ɛwɔ yɛ Facebook page, yɛ IG, yɛ TikTok, yɛ Twitter, yɛbɛtumi asort out. Pɛ sɛ ɔno yɛyɛ adwuma na yɛ promote nneɛma nko ama wo deɛ a yɛbɛtumi asort out rate na ɛden ɛwɔ fam. Nti yɛse ɛna tie wei ɛna ɛyɛ Mr. Bonez ɛden ɛna weti ɛyɛ store no sɛ na Charlie ɔmɛkyi ti ɛyɛ Sarkodie. Drop a comment ɛbi biara nyɛ kama ɛnyɛ fɛ. Wa onim yɛfɛ me comment holic yɛbɛhyia ɛden yɛbɛhyia our flip side. We are out. Peace.